All right, hopefully that's going to work. Hopefully that's going to work. Great. Okay, we are live on YouTube, which is good. So I'll get you that link, Hannah. And if I hit copy, send that to you. Maybe you can drop that around. There's the YouTube link. So I just went live on YouTube because I can't get it to work on Facebook Live for some strange reason. It's just not connecting. So anyway, hope you guys are all awesome and had a great week. There's been such a lot of movement in the entrepreneur space, and a lot of you doing some great things. And I want to first off just appreciate some massive wins because it's the end of the first quarter. And so some of the people I work with one-on-one have had huge quarters. I know, Damien, you've done over $200,000 new sales this quarter, which is just freaking great. Well done. I know Rachel Corbier, she's had one of her best quarters. No, actually, I know, because every month has been a wow month. So epic job. I know Michael just did a big event on Tuesday. Angela Herenick, you mentioned to me a couple of weeks ago, you've got up to now doing $17,500 a week without your time. So that's pretty cool. And another highlight, Colette, told me that she did a sale a day for, I think it was 2 weeks straight, and she's a $6,000 program. So a lot of really great stuff happening out there. And that's very exciting for me. This last quarter for me was a breakthrough. The new Facebook changed everything else, just going awesome. And I wanted to talk to you guys through focuses, because a lot of us come into the entrepreneur world with a certain focus, and we're focused in a certain way. And that's because of our upbringing. It's because of our personality type, and it's because of who we are. And a lot of times our focus or our skill set isn't actually needed in the place of where our business is at. So here's how it shifts. Okay. The first thing that you have to do is when you're a business owner is you have to become a seeker. And a seeker really is asking the question of, who am I and where is the best opportunity? Does that make sense? So someone type that in, seeker, and I'll come back to these and really explain it. So a seeker is looking for ideas and shiny objects, and is always looking for a lot of things. Okay. That's the first level is the seeker. Thanks. And can you share this link as well, Hannah, so maybe they can find Zoom too? You're awesome. Hey, Kane, good to see you, brother. And so that's the first one. Now the energy of the seeker is a really good energy. They're out there looking for opportunities, trying to figure out, where should they put their focus, where can they make the most money, what's going to be their product, and it's a good place to be. I'm a very good seeker. I'm very good at looking at ideas, and I'm also very good at the next one, which is starter. Okay, so a starter goes, good, found my idea. Now I'm going to start and I'm going to turn it into money. Okay, so the starter is someone who's got sales skills. Okay, they have to stop being in the seeker mode and they have to start, and they get out, they go, this is my idea, and they go after it and they make money. Now, what's interesting is after someone becomes a starter, they become a promoter. Okay, now the promoter goes, great, so I now know how to sell my thing. Awesome. Now I need to get more people to buy it. So they start promoting. Facebook ads is a big thing in 2019. YouTube ads, these sort of things. And so they get out there and they start promoting. And that's a good thing. Okay. Now here's what's interesting. And I want everyone to write these down. Okay. So seeker, starter, promoter. They're completely different people. Okay. And this is why, this entrepreneur reinvention has to happen. Okay. So the first thing is you're looking for ideas. Then you're looking to sell one thing. And then you've got to stop selling and you've got to start growing lists and databases. But then you've got to shift again. Okay. And then this is when you become self-employed. Okay. So you go seeker, starter, promote, self-employed. Okay. Seeker, starter, promote, self-employed. Self-employed is you get in this weird space where you're kind of juggling everything. Okay. Seeker, starter, promoter, self-employed. And so you're in this place where you're a little bit of a promoter, a little bit of a seeker, and you're this weird hybrid for a while. You land at this land of just, well, I'm kind of a bit of everything. And this is the land of burnout, okay? Because once you've got your product right, once you've learned how to sell it, once you've learned how to promote it, you're usually making a few $100,000. So you seem successful, but you're actually really stressed. It's very busy. The next stage after self-employed is actually called builder. And the builder comes in and goes, okay, I need to now build systems because I'm sick of doing it all. Okay, so can you see that? It goes seeker, find my idea, start, then I sell it, then promoter, I learn how to promote it. Then I'm kind of doing everything. And then the next stage, well, I'm doing everything. So now I've got to build systems, processes, team. I've got to build things. This is actually the place of double overwhelm. See, in self-employed, it's pretty overwhelming. But then you go and build systems and there's this builder. And then I always call that the top of the mountain. Because once you've climbed up, you found your idea, you learned how to sell it, you learned how to promote, you became self-employed, then you become builder. Once you get to that place, everything is down when it comes to, your time. And so the next place is leader. So once you've built out, and I'm going to come back to all these, I just want to give you a clear plan. So please be writing this out. Seeker, starter, promoter, self-employed, builder. Now it comes operator, okay? Operator is a person that's built out some systems and they operate. Now, this is really interesting because in the builder, this is where the perfectionist comes in, okay? So those of you who are perfectionists, this is where that actually happens. And then operator, this is where team leadership really comes in because now you're operating, you're leading, you're doing those sort of things, okay? And to me, a lot of people take the building or want to create systems and processes or the operator, the leader, and they want to put it at the beginning, okay? And at the beginning, it's about finding idea, moving fast, and making sales. So anyway, after operator, okay, then it becomes owner. So you've come up the hill, you're down on the other side. Now you're actually an owner. You've learned how to be a leader and operate a business. You built your systems. You were self-employed. You were a promoter. You were so now you become an owner. And an owner to me is somebody that knows how to lead their team, has built systems so their business works without them. They actually own something. So it's the second big shift. So the first one, you became self-employed. Now you become an owner, okay? And so to become self-employed, you got to go seeker, starter, then promote, self-employed. To move from self-employed over to owner, you must become a builder and learn how to lead a team and operate, and then you become an owner. You own one thing. And owner to me is a very cool place. I love being an owner. It's when you have businesses that work without you, okay? And that's what an owner does. All the business, you only work in the places in the business that you really love, okay? The next step is actually investor, okay? So now you've become an owner. Now you're going, well, where do I put my money? Where am I going to invest? How am I going to scale? Am I going to grow 2 of these shops or am I going to expand? Then I've become an investor. And then the last step is an entrepreneur. I'm actually an entrepreneur. I've done the investing. I know how to put my money into places, grow things. And so the reason why I bring this up is because, for me, I went through those stages and then went back and went through them again. I got myself to becoming an owner. I've invested now in gyms and hair salons and businesses that are in physical reality. And now I'm sitting in the entrepreneur stage. So I'm over here. By the way, is this good to see all this and understand these different levels? I hope it is, because the reason why I'm bringing this up, because it is the start of the quarter, but I'm also bringing this up for us today because I see a lot of us who are in the starter world treating it like they're an operator. Let me explain. The seeking world is coming up with an idea and choosing an idea. That's what the seeker world is all about, okay? And the truth is as you move, you need to stop thinking about new ideas. This was really hard for me to come up to learn, okay? Because I'm a natural seeker. I have a lot of ideas all the time. They are constant. I have a constant amount of leads. In fact, I have to teach my team to not take action on my ideas because usually my ideas are there every single day. New idea, new idea, new idea, new idea, new idea. And it's a thing that I have. Now, the truth is is that there's a starter, which is the next phase. Now, a starter needs to stop acting like the seeker. I want you to really get this. This is the important point. A starter needs to stop thinking about new ideas and just go, this is what I've started and I'm ready to go. And no more new ideas. I'm going to just sell. You see? And so we have to make that decision. And Brittany's on this call. And that was the decision that we had to make the other day, to go, you know what? Let's stop thinking of ideas. Let's start. We're going to do this. No going back. Let's choose one. Because once you do that, you can't step back. But everything that was back here in that seeking world, that's going to now hurt you as a starter because you second guess. Oh, maybe the product's not good enough. Maybe I should have done the other one. You've got to make your decision and you've got to go. Okay, so for those of you that are in that world, you've just got to stay on it and go. You can't go back to changing your idea. Does that make sense? You can't go back. Now, again, starter, it's about selling. Starter isn't about doing anything fancy. This is what starter, this is what I want. And Brittany, you're going to be one that needs to hear this. A lot of you need to hear this. Starter is about moving fast, testing and measuring, getting out there and selling, because it's got to get money, because you're a starter. You're starting it. You've got to sell investors if you need to get money. You've got to sell every single lead that you can. You've got to go for it. You don't have the cash. You're a baby business. And so a starter doesn't have time or the luxury to sit back and make their products amazing. Who gets this? You don't have that luxury. This is why every single iPhone app that I have, every single thing on my computer is always giving me an update. It's saying, hey, we've got an update. What they're really saying is the one that we sold you isn't as good as the new one. And that's something to remember, is you're always going to be updated. So the starter just goes, I've got to get a minimum viable product out to the market and sell it. That's it. The smallest amount, and get out there and see if it works. And that's the starter's energy. The starter's energy is one that Scott on my team is so good at. Bang, just get started. And that energy is really needed. But again, it actually hurts you in all the other areas. See, if you're a seeker and you've got the energy of let's get started, let's get started, let's get started, you don't have time for the idea to grow. This is why I have to teach a lot of people, because I'm so good at being a seeker, is you come up with ideas and you let it wait, you let it sit for a while until you then go, no, this is it, and then you start it. So we move on to the next one, promoter. Promoter is a different mindset again, okay? And a lot of you make the shift in my program from seeker, starter to promoter, because promoter, it's all about pulling people towards you. And so it's got nothing to do with, getting out there and making sales. You can already do that. It's done. Promoter is a complete shift. And it's all about pulling people to you. It's all about understanding metrics. It's about writing good ads. And it's really about automating your sales. Okay, so if starter was about selling, promoter, it's about automating selling. Actually, I want you guys to write this down. Seeker is about coming up with the right idea. Starter is about getting sales. Promoter is about automating those sales. How do I automate having people come and buy from me? Okay, that's the key, through print advertising, online advertising, webinars, presentations, those sort of things. And that leads you to this, holy grail of self-employed. And self-employed is just a better option than a job. That's really all it is, but it's just a better option. So you're in self-employed, and self-employed, you make probably about $10,000 top line a month. So 120 grand a year. You know how to sell your thing. You have leads coming in, you know how to sell your thing, and you have a good thing, right? But, you also have to do the bookkeeping, and, you've only got 120 grand. So you don't really have enough money to pay for a staff member or anything else. So it's just self-employed, and it's a little thing. It's just a little ship out there doing its thing. And it's a good place, but that's self-employed. Self-employed is the battler, does it all themselves. And it's a good first place to get to. It's definitely better than being stuck, not doing something you're passionate about, not building your business. But then you've got to make a shift. And this is what's really interesting, because what I see in the corporate world, and anyone that's ever been in corporate or had a job before, usually your skills have all been employed, you've been paid for your skills when a company is more mature than self-employed. What I mean by that is they've actually had the money to pay for you. Okay, whether you've been in government jobs or you've been in whatever, who gets that is the company actually had to pay your wage, meaning it actually had to be bigger than self-employed, meaning whoever started the company, unless it was the government, so not that one, but the entrepreneur actually had to get to self-employed themselves, you see, whether they were a doctor and you were helping, whether they were a plumber, whatever they were that you were involved with, they were selling real estate, they had to get here, then they had money to employ you. Does that make sense? So most of us have only really had experience in moving forward after self-employed. Most people haven't had the experience in those 3 first stages up until self-employed. So most of us, the whole environment we've ever been in has been in builder, or it's been in, most of us, operator. So let me talk about builder a bit. Builder is about coming and seeing something that doesn't really work that well, but it works enough to be self-employed and turning it into predictable systems. Does that make sense? HR systems, hiring systems, sales systems, marketing systems. Build is about building that systems. It's also about building people. So at this stage, you go, you know what? I need to build myself a salesperson to do the sales. I need to build myself a marketer. I need to build myself a delivery system. So that's builder. And to me, builder was the hardest one for me to learn. I was able to do the first 3 to become self-employed. That part was pretty easy for me, my personality type. But when I got to here and I had to build out systems, it was a long journey and I had to really get a lot of help because it's not how I normally function. However, on the other side of that was then another challenge, and that was leader. And a lot of us are project managers. We're leaders. We operate, right? So the operating phase. So builder, I would say, is all about systems. Okay, it's all about replication. So if promoter was all about automating your sales, well, builder, it's all about replicating everything that you're doing in the self-employed world. That moves you across into operator, and operator is really about leading a team. So you've built systems, now you get to lead a team, and it moves you across into this owner space. And the truth is most people, and just type in and let me know if you've never heard or even thought about distinctions like this. Just type in and let me know if you've never heard about anything like this, because I think it's really important to hear, is that what's happening is most people don't understand the energy that they're supposed to be in. So they're bringing, a perfectionist energy needs to be there when we're building, right? A leading, heart-centered, caring about people energy needs to be there in operator. You see, really leading people. A do-it-all-yourself mentality needs to be there at self-employed. There's these different ways of thinking. And so here's my question to you. Where are you on this path? Where are you on this path? Which one are you in right now? Which phase of an entrepreneur are you in? Type it in, let me know. Good, we've got lots of seekers. Cool. Starter, cool. Yeah. Starter, good. Awesome. I've been back to the beginning many times, guys. So this isn't there's no ego about which one you're at. Every time you go back and do a new business, you go through these phases, guys. So I'm going to be starting a new business, and it's happening tonight. And I've been thinking about it. And I already did the starter, didn't I, Hannah? I've already started it. So I've already came up with the idea and I've started it. It's a super beta launch, minimum viable product. It's done. And I already know that I can promote it. And I've already got that. And now it's time to build it, you see? And so I'm going to be doing that. But I've already gone through the stages because I understand these things. Now it's time to build it. It needs to be built. It needs to be looked after. It needs the right care. And I know every time that I start something that I have to go back to a certain place, come up with the idea, figure out how to sell it, figure out how to sell it without my time. Then I know that I'm going to need help because there's going to be lots of things to juggle. Then I know we've got to build out systems. Then we've got to lead a team. And to me, it just gives me such a clear picture of what I'm doing. Okay. You guys got any questions on this? Between starter and promoter, starter moving towards builder. Oh, you're funny, Amanda. No, you only move one at a time. Even if your true nature is builder. and it's funny because I know that Amanda's joking with me, because you can only move to the next stage. You can only move to the next stage. But what happens is as I know Amanda well, and I know that your skill set is in systems, it's about being a builder, right? And so that's your skill set. And the truth is that's going to be great, but it comes at a time. You see, we have to get to where that place is needed. Who's with me? Who can kind of see that a lot of people that come from, especially the corporate world, that they don't have the skills to do what you're supposed to do at the beginning of a business. And they've never been taught it. They've never even had the experience. They don't know. They spent 40 years just leading people, or they spent 40 years just working on one little skill. Okay. And so notice that nowhere in there do I talk about you have to, learn a skill. You see? There's no, as a business owner, it is a skill. Being an owner is the skill. Does that make sense? You might have a skill at the beginning. It might be what you sell, but typically what you end up doing is you employ the skill out in your builder, your delivery system. So it's a really important thing, because I truly believe that entrepreneurs are going to be the ones that change the world, and we need to know which energy we need to be in. And so if you're in starter right now, and I saw a lot of people write starter, I'm a great starter. I'm a great starter. I can start things whenever you need. And I wanted to share a little bit about that with you guys, because starting things to me is so exciting. And starting to me, here's what starting means to me, because a lot of people don't get what it means. Starting means to me that there's money in the bank. Starting to me isn't the idea. The ideas just come like constant. The ideas are like breathing. Starting is money in the bank. So when I come up with an idea, I go, are we going to do this? I race. I started something 3 weeks ago, brand new thing. We made $21,000 in the first 3 days after starting it. When I start. And that's really cool. So why am I saying all this now? Well, it's our first call in this quarter. It's the first call in this quarter. And we've got a 90-day sprint ahead of us. And it leads us pretty much to close to the end of financial year, right? And we've got this 90-day sprint where we get to just race and push. And a lot of people ask me, what's the best way? What is the absolute best way to plan? And if you're watching over there on YouTube, just give me a thumbs up on YouTube, or add in a comment or whatever it is, so I can see that you guys can see this too. The key is that when we work with you guys to build out everything that we do, is one of the things we're really cautious about is making sure that you guys do your lenses. And so my question to all of you is, where do you want to be in 90 days from now? Okay, so we're going to go through 3 months. So we're going to go to May, to June, to July. So all of May. So all of April to May. Yeah, it's April, isn't it? So we'll have April, May, all of May, and then all of June. So it'll be July the 4th or 5th, okay? And that's going to come, right? That time's going to come. And my question to you right now, and I would like you to type it and feel into this, what is the financial result you'd like to hit in that 90 days? And then what is one other big outcome that you would like to hit in that 90 days? I always do one financial, one other. Okay. So, for some of you, your one other might be to have your first, successful client through. It might be make your first $10,000. It might be launch your first webinar. It might be start your first, marketing, or your first ManyChat, or your first thing. Yeah. Because I've seen people come in and work with us and have made, six figures in their first 90 days. I've seen people come and make six figures in their first week. So I know that if you plan your 90 days right, you can get there. Get your first clients and make $10,000 in revenue. Yeah, great. And so for a pure starter, that's a great quarter. You'll probably think, oh, that's nothing in a job. I could earn way more than $10,000 in a quarter, but we're not in a job. That's a great start to a business. Get your first, that's awesome. Yeah, great. $200,000 in revenue. Beautiful. Yeah. And then that's the level of business that you're at. Good for you. So you're going to do $200,000 in revenue. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And so, our goals this quarter is we've got a new program that we're bringing out, and, we're going to keep it quite small this quarter, and possibly you guys don't think this is small, but we're aiming for a pretty small financial number. Yeah. First 10 clients and have a 50K month. Kane's going big. Good for you, brother. Good for you. So that's going to take a lot of sales calls. You're going to need to push it and go for it. But of course you can do 50K in a month. Absolutely no stress at all. Yeah. So we're going to have just over $1 million come in this quarter for us. And the big thing for me, the other big win for me this quarter is launching a new program. So a new program coming. And those are my two big things. And so whenever I launch a quarter, whenever I plan it, I say, this is the way I'm going to do it. This is the way I'm going to do it. And I start off with the end in mind. Okay. So now that you've written that down and you're really clear where you're going to be in 90 days, here's my next question. Where are you going to be in 30 days from now? So in 90 days, right? If you're going to get there in 90 days, well, what's your outcome in 30 days? See, Kane says to me, I'm going to have, do this big thing, first 10 clients and a 50K month. Great. Awesome. Now that could all happen in month 3, couldn't it? So what's going to happen this month, guys? Because everything is planned in quarters, but executed in weeks. So we need to, in order to execute in weeks, we need to know, what are you going to do in the next 4 weeks? Awesome. 4 clients and $10,000. Great. I love it. Good one. And so you want to get clear on what's happening this month. Okay. And how many of you have been in the Effective Entrepreneur Program and you've had a look at it? Because if you, in any of my programs, we give it to you as a bonus to help you plan your quarters, plan your year, those sort of things. And then we have, sessions. And one of the things that I'm really big on, and I want to offer this to all of you, is if you need planning sessions, let us know. We have a whole program with our one-on-one coaches that just keep you focused on executing. What I've noticed that there's 2 things in order to get your result. You need to know what you're supposed to do, and then you need to actually do it. True? So we have our magnetic mind coaches that work on your mindset and plan every single week for you. So not all of you have typed in. I'd love to hear, where have you got to be in a month? And I know that by me asking that, it's like, oh, well, I don't know, Chris. But that's the truth, is we've got to make this real. 5 more clients. Thank you. Beautiful. 5 more clients in a month. Awesome. Another great goal. And here's what I find interesting about goals is it's not so much the goal, it's that you have one. Who's ever noticed that? It's not so much what the goal is, it's that you have a goal. Because when you have a goal, then you have something to race for. Oh, I love it. Presentation, finish, product offer finalized, beta launch done. Brett, that is an awesome month. That is an awesome month. And so we put that out there. We say, that's what I'm going to get done this month. And I'm not going to overwhelm myself, because if I get that done, then I'm out of Seeker. You see that, Brett? That's literally the end of Seeker. You go, great. Now I'm ready to start. So that's what you're saying. You're basically saying to me, by the end of this month, I'm going to be organized, ready to go make sales. And I love that. I'm going to have my presentation done, my product offer ready, and I'm ready to go. That's beautiful. What a great month, you see? I love that. I love that. Awesome. Awesome. So then we ask ourselves the next question, okay? And so with lenses, we go, okay, so that's where I'm going to be in a month. Then we ask ourselves, what am I going to do every single week? And this is what we do when we coach people. We say, okay, great. So you're going to be there at a quarter, here in a month. What strategies do you need to get from Chris to make sure you can hit that? What are you going to do this week? Okay. And so this week I'm going to do this. This week I'm going to do this. This week I'm going to do this. And so we plan your weeks with you. And then what we show you is the daily practice. And I want you to feel this. You should never wake up as an entrepreneur asking yourself, where am I going to go next? You should have that planned. You should wake up going, okay, this is what I'm doing this week. What have I got to do today to get to the week? The week gets you to the month gets you to the quarter gets you to the year gets you to your life. And you should just have this planning system. And I know Hannah and everyone in my team, you guys love it. We love it. We literally run on this system because one thing I know is high action, high velocity. You can get yourself lost if you're not running in the right direction. Does that make sense? You can get lost if you don't run in the right direction. So sometimes a lot of energy is actually bad because you're not focused, you're not clear. So you get all excited, you start running, and where do you run to? The wrong way, maybe. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So if you haven't done a lenses or a planning session with one of us, we would love to offer it to you, especially if you're in our programs, you're here. I would love you to jump on. And I'd love you to be truthful with yourself. If you know that you've got a big game to play and you are holding yourself back and you need a coach and you know you just need someone there, I want to share this with you. I have William, who's my mindset coach. I'm speaking to him tomorrow. I have a healer that I work with every Tuesday. Her name's Colette. And I have 2 business mentors. Just on what I do here, I have 4 coaches, and that doesn't discount the chiropractor I have, the personal trainer, and the tennis coach. You see, one of the biggest things that I found on my journey is, oh, that's awesome that you're seeing them tomorrow. I love them. I spoke to them yesterday. One of the things I realized that was the biggest thing about my journey to creating more success than I used to have, and I'm just starting, is my ability to ask for help. My ability to ask for help has been a direct reflection with the success I've been able to create. Does that make sense? The more I've been able to accept and pay for and ask for help, the faster my results have been. And so please, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, we do have a program that you can ask to hear more about, where you can actually get an hour with a mindset coach that I've trained every single week that then puts you on the right track, gets you in the right place, and says, now go execute. And they hold you to it. They go for it. It's really cool. It's called Magnetic Mind. And so if you need that, reach out to us, say, hey, can I hear more about it? Of course, they're very highly trained coaches. There is a cost, but it's a cost that if you just get 1 sale a month, you get about 4x your money, most of you. So, so really, I just wanted to put that in there. Something I'm going to be really talking about a lot this quarter is make sure you get your mind right and that you get your effectiveness right. So, in all that being said, I've got a question from Kane, and I see him on here. I want to take you guys through, this amazing system that is generated over. It's now approaching about $500,000 in 4 months, and that's very, very, very cool to say that. And this is with a educational program, and it's without my time. I haven't had to put any time in for people to purchase this. It's happened without me. I don't have to put any time in to deliver it. No, I put any time in to sell it because I've got a team that does it all. So it's a high ticket, done about $500,000. And so that's a nice thing to be able to share with you because I'd love you all to replicate it. So Kane, the way it works, man, and I want to make sure that I see that you're on, is the first thing we have an ad, okay? And so this ad, and it's going to load, I hope. Let me just find my ad that I want to show you. Okay, so here's the ad. So the first thing is an ad that tells a little bit of a story. Okay, so the first thing the ad does, oops, I've already opted in, so let me show you again. The ad gets their name, phone number, and email. Okay, so that's the ad, and that's a lead ad. So we show you how to do that. We can teach it to you as well. So that's the lead ad. They confirm to get their video. Okay. Now, instead of taking them outside of Facebook, Kane, this is exactly where we take them. So we take them to Messenger. Okay. And here is, don't ignore all of this up the top. Okay. This is because I test my own Messenger chatbot a lot. And then it goes here. The first thing we ask them to say is, I'm a real person. Okay. So we put that into your chatbot for you. So do I click that? Awesome. So I'm a real person. So this is all happening automatically. Okay. Oh, I see that I've got a question from you here, Kane. I hope it's a good one. I'll click on it later. It's gone to my message request, mate, so I haven't seen it. Cool. There's me. So this is the primer video. Okay. This just gets people excited. Says, hey, there's something really cool to come. And that's what happens next, Kane. Okay, so we can give you all of this. We've got a whole training on this coming, by the way, mate. We're working our butts off to make it happen. So then it goes into here. Now, the reason why this is working so great and why it's so cheap is, notice I haven't left Facebook yet. So when I drive this ad, I haven't left Facebook. Therefore, Facebook really, really, really likes it. Okay. So we get them to watch the video. So we have this little here, Chris Duncan is typing, so they watch this whole video. And then right before it ends, it says, here's the link to the complete case study, okay? So then they click to get that, and Kane, it's hosted on Facebook. So we still don't leave Facebook. So here is the system, and this is where they watch the 25-minute video, which actually looks like it's a 23-minute video, okay? So you guys are with me? So I get straight into it. This presentation is for you. If there's me, little screen, standing over there at my stand-up desk. It goes right through. There's no pitch on this. The only thing at the end is it asks you to book a call. Okay. So that's what that does. There's the end of it. I'm pretty certain it goes and says book a call or something. Maybe I've asked for it already. Maybe I just say it. Anyway, whatever happens is they book a call by clicking in here. Okay. And again, we still haven't left Messenger, and we still haven't left Facebook. And this is such an important thing, is because this allows us to get tagging and everything else. Okay. So we can see it, and we can do all of this inside of Facebook. I've got too many tabs open here. Here we go. Says, welcome, Chris. Thanks for requesting your discovery call. Click below to book it. And they click book the call, and away it goes. Okay. So let me just come back to you guys and get off my screen share because it's slowing me down. Do you all see that flow? Give me a thumbs up if you can understand it. Okay. So here it is behind me again. It starts with a lead ad. We get name, phone, and email. It goes across to ManyChat. ManyChat then goes to the 25-minute video here, which is called a dark post on Facebook. It's one they can't see. It goes here to the call booking, okay, which is where they book a call, and then it goes through to your sale. It's a dollar sign. I know it doesn't look like it. Okay, but that's that whole system, Kane. I saw your message asking, let me just double check that I have answered the question. Unsure of the sequence of ManyChat. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. So the last thing that I clicked on when I clicked book a call, it went to this page here, to book a discovery call and begin your success. Okay. So this is just a simple page that we have here, nice and clean, got our logo on it, and they just click and they just book. Okay. And yeah, we're making $8,000 sales for just over $1,000 cost of acquisition, 8 times return on ad spend, which is pretty good. And we're happy with that. And then one of our other products is selling at an acquisition cost of $471. So very, very good. Now, what you need to do to set up that system, okay, is you need to get your presentation. You need to get your presentation right. That's why you have the Amplify program. True? Don't have that 25-minute presentation, this ain't going to work. Number 2, you got to get your product right, because if you don't have a product, you can't do the presentation. And then this is the best form of promotion that we see right now. Fastest way to make money, Brett. Fastest. And, live events is a very, very, very close second. But this one right now is the fastest because you don't have to book a venue. That's why it makes it fastest. And so yeah, it's really cool. It pulls in the right people, you get them there. So I'm very excited to share that with you guys. And we've got a full training coming on it, adding it into the back office of Amplify, just so you guys will feel good. Just know we're working on it. It's still new for us too. So, and it's extra. It's nothing that we ever promised would be an Amplify, but it's something we really want to get in there. So it's very, very cool. And some of our high level clients that we do one-on-one work with, it's just incredible to see what's happening with them. Like even in mindset programs, multi-level marketing programs, selling massive big tickets. We got Damien who's selling $30,000 franchises with this. So it's really cool. Really cool. So I want to finish today because we didn't get a heck of a lot of questions in or work. And what I want to say is you've got to go through those different levels. And the best thing you can do is get yourself a coach. It's the best thing you can do. In Amplify, you get the strategy, but some of you are going to sit there and go, you know what, I probably should just have someone kick my butt. And only if it's an ROI, only if you know that if someone kicks your butt, you're going to get success. So just hold this to be true. There's 2 things that you need. 1, you need to have the right strategy. 2, you need to act on that strategy. Is it true? And those are really the 2 things. You got to get the right strategy. And I want you to know, and I can show you again and again and again, the strategies that we have right now working. That's why you're in this program. But the one thing that I can't do is we've got 580 people in the program. I can't work one-on-one. And that's why we've got, the success team, but then also the Magnetic Mind offer and other things like that. So if you really do need that, and reach out and ask us about it. You know me, it's a no-brainer offer. We've got some cool things in there just to kick your butt. Because here's the one thing I really want. I want to see you make your 50K month. I want to see your 10,000 month. I want to see your 10,000 week. I want to see your $1 million day. That's what makes me so excited about this program, is that we get to share in your success. And so we really, really want that. So thanks for the questions this week, and let's have a huge quarter. Let's really have a big quarter. Let's set the intention that the way we start this quarter is going to set up the rest of the year and the rest of your business. Let's make this quarter the one that counts, because that's the one we're in, isn't it? And that's pretty exciting. So have an absolutely amazing week. I'm glad you're up for it. Have an amazing week. I'll be here next week, and I hope you will be too, with lots of questions. Whatever your question is, throw it at me. I will answer it. And next week, we'll go through, we'll push you forward again, and let's get you to your big numbers. There's no reason why you can't have them. There's no reason why you can't have it fast unless you give yourself a reason. And I would suggest not. You're flying back to the US. Oh, well, that will be good. You're going to go see the love of your life. So that's awesome, Amanda. All right, everyone. I love you all so much. Have a rock star week. Crush it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.